Atochin chitab kolenjin neloyab emet yeitunen ketesiet nebo Kass TV nesomanun kwane Shadrack Mutai kikomuch kotoret serikali biik chesire 400,000 konyor boisionik en emotinwekab sang kong'eten ngonam bounatet President William Ruto. Niton ko kosibgei ak President Advisor netinyegei ak ng'alekab uchumi Dr. David Ndii namwa kole kikotech tilyandit serikali ak emotinwek chechang cheboto emet anan cheboto Saudi Arabia asikomuktechi biikab emet konyor boisionik en emotinwek choton. Kong'ololi en tuyet nebo Economic Outlook nekatet benkit noton nebo NCBA en taonitab Nairobi ole kates komwa kole kikosor kora serikali biik anan chesire anan chekinyor usisiet ak kaimutik alak en emotinwekab sang.
We have also benefited a lot from remittances, and this is an unintended consequence. We did not set out to intervene in the labor mobility space so that we can actually increase remittances. We set out to intervene in that space to address some governance challenges in that space, very chaotic, including human trafficking. So we have rescued Kenyans from Myanmar, some place where they were in some, what do you call them, sweatshops, some slave labor sweatshops in the middle of the jungle, doing gambling scams. We sent 2 plane loads to Beirut to bring people we didn't know were there. So we were really intervening to deal with the distress that Kenyans were having in Saudi Arabia, domestic workers. But the consequences by doing so and formalizing that space, has made it much easier for those Kenyans to go and work formally now in a structured manner, where you have bilateral labor agreements and all of that. And the number we have since we came into office until about a couple of months ago was about 400,000 people. Some would not have gone, many of them would have been trafficked. But now they are able, our embassies in those countries know where they are, who they are working for, and it's a fairly sort of structured program. So that has helped us a lot in you can see the growth in remittance.
Katestai President William Ruto rutoitonyin nebo Western Kenya ole kalumda boisionik cheterterchin chebo bandab tai en county nebo Busia. Kaikimit ine kole tesetai koboisie ak kandoik kobun chamaisiek cheterterchin en serikalitab kibagenge nenat ko broad based nekitoi ine en kibagenge ak neki Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga.
Mimi na Raila Odinga tulikubaliana ya kwamba Kenya hii ili tupige hatua ya kwenda mbele lazima tuunde serikali ambayo inajumuisha Wakenya wote, ambayo inaleta Wakenya wote pamoja. Ndio sababu hiyo leo mimi, Otuoma, Musalia, Weta, Oparanya, sisi wote akiwemo mbunge wenu huyu tumesimama pamoja kwa serikali ya broad base, ndio Busia hii isibaki nyuma tena. Busia hoye! Busia hoye!
Hatutaki Mkenya yote awachwe nyuma. Hata uwe mtoto wa aina gani, na jana wengine tulizungumza na nyinyi. Nobody should be left behind. Na hiyo ndio maana rais amezungumzia hiyo maneno yote amesema. Sitaki kurudia sana kwa sababu ya muda. Lakini mimi nataka kusema tu rais, baada ya mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga Mungu kumuita, mimi nataka kuhakikishia mimi kama Otuoma hapa gavana ambaye nimechaguliwa na ODM, sisi tutakuwa kwa hiyo mipango ulikuwa nayo na Raila Amolo Odinga ya kusema tunataka Kenya iwe moja, tusaidiane na mheshimiwa Ruto, ni mtoto pia anajulikana kwa sababu wewe ulikuwa ODM member number 1. Sasa hata iko shida. Si hata tunaweza sema akuje tu kwa ODM. Tuendelee hapo mbele. Unganishe hiyo yote pamoja na ODM, sisi tuingie tu hiyo safari moja. Sio iko sawa? Si UDA ikishikana na ODM Kenya iko sawa? Iko mtu anaweza kushinda hiyo? So hapa Busia mmeamua ni ngapi? Busia tumeamua ni ngapi?
Kakitechi kandoik komat kochutyi anan kotesyi bolatet boisionik chebo bandab tai tesetai kosuldoen serikalit noton nebo Kenya Kwanza. Kamwa Deputy Chief of Staff Dr. Eliud Owalo kole magat kikochi conductors chesuldoen boisionik choton kasarta nebo kobois komanyor kechutyi en oret age tugul ak ng'alalet noton nebo bolatet.
We are also witnessing a worrying trend of contractors who do not have technical capacity bidding for government jobs, undercutting other competitors by way of price quoting low, then they end up being awarded 2-3 different projects at the same time, yet they do not have the capacity to implement the project, the technical capacity to implement the projects. Let me caution once more that if there are contractors who have been awarded government projects and government has made the necessary payments based on attainment of the requisite milestones, but the contractors still are not able to implement those projects, we will blacklist those contractors and we will debar them from taking part in government projects in future. In equal measure, there's a lot of political interference in government projects where politicians are posing as contractors and influencing award of contracts to them. If you are a politician, stick to politics. If you want to be in the private sector, go to the private sector. But you cannot have your cake and eat it. You cannot be both at the same time. Are we together on that? So we are cautioning politicians also to keep out of implementation of government projects, starting from the procurement stage. We are also requesting the implementing government agencies to make sure that they do proper technical evaluation to assess the capabilities of contractors being awarded government contracts, so that we don't have a situation where so many government projects stall midstream on the basis of inadequate technical capacity of the contractors, or because a politician has been awarded a contract, government has made payments, and the politician has diverted the finances to other means. If government has made payments for implementation of certain projects, but the project is not progressing, there are ways and means through which government will recover the money, including but not limited to prosecution of the concerned individuals. So let us not play ping-pong games. The government has got no money of its own. This is actually public funds held in trust by the government on behalf of the public. So no government, no public money will be lost in the execution of projects. If a contractor has been paid and is not able to execute the contract, we will terminate the contract, on board another contractor, and will pursue ways and means of recovering the money.
Kagolumda kibagengeit nebo M-Pesa Foundation tetutiet ne leel netokyingei kokanapta somanet ne naat ko Citizens of the Future ole wendi kotoreti sukulisiek 600 en komoswek cheterterchin chebo emoni koityi magutik chebo somanet.
No child should have to struggle just to learn. And we know that we cannot intervene on all the 25,000 primary schools or all the 11,000 secondary schools, but we can do our part. So Citizens of the Future, it's about changing the narrative that most of us grew with. It's about creating equal opportunities for every learner, regardless of where they come from. I'll briefly talk about Safaricom's intervention, including some of the commercial elements. At Safaricom, our purpose, as you have been told, is driving our purpose, which is transforming lives, drive everything we do.
2010, we started the M-Pesa Foundation, and subsequently we started the M-Pesa Academy. And the Academy, and many you saw the students from the M-Pesa Academy today, whenever I see them play in that orchestra, I just feel so proud of what they have achieved. And by the way, those kids couldn't play that instrument 3 or 4 years ago, you know? That's, for them, is something new. And, you know, the M-Pesa Academy has been going for a few years now. I think we've had 1,400 students through there. And it's an immense, you know, you feel your heart pumps and you cry a little bit when you see what they have achieved. And a few months ago, I was honored. I went to a graduation ceremony in Cardiff University for 11 students from the academy that graduated them. Just students, young people from the bush, literally, who are now graduates and going to do full-time jobs somewhere. It's an immense achievement, and I'm very happy.
I take note of the fact that I have the privilege of interacting with people who have individually and collectively done a lot to improve access to quality education in Kenya. Through your vision and, most importantly, philanthropy in form of millions of shillings in education investments, you have impacted for the better of the lives of learners of more than 300 3,000 learning institutions around the country. Collectively, the initiative undertaken by these two foundations have positively impacted over 3 million learners. And that is at about 25% of the learners we have in our country. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm particularly thrilled by the rallying call of today's meeting, Citizens of the Future, that is COF. If you recall, in July this year, at the same venue we are today, your two foundations hosted another thought-provoking summit on reimagining the future of education to factor in inclusivity and resilience. Today's agenda is therefore a natural progression of that conversation. And it is timely conversation whose significance and timeliness could not be more ideal in the light of development in our education system.
Ngebe county nebo Narok Lawari tayin MCA nebo Masani ward in county nebo Narok Samuel Kipkoech Tembur governor nebo county noton Patrick Ole Ntutu kotienge agit na mawale kikotaban komosata nebo Masani eng kasulaitab boisionik cheboto tekset nebo ortinwek.
Ngokogiachen situ kikokoki wachuoda dumi kisere pila kwetani aina ningine wachain yani yeto wimela yoro boisioni kimya mako testa boisioni kikudadi kwachu weraton village no moon karishe no moon hasan ningine teta apart from oran ni kukesire momo nitoni ogiga mwa wote jikini Facebook okeze oran ngeta njibiji free akola tama so aro ngeta ko luki aro kuyo asa nipo hakilizo yeye wangi ndike todoi ndiko nitoni na ngo bito nibude ga kwa sababu kwa viuno chageni Facebook kio wai ko tebe John Tour kia gengi maajabu kuni uru to sarishe ke duito yake sana ndio to mabali yani kwa hiyo bora tuitane kibo ni nyobo no ke bora tuitane kwa no mara tole so uru to sarishe genyo ni wala sister kile mami mwane nguni wabara obi Dibame ni kwa tibule genyo no nenda kwa kuroba Uwo la sisa uliwani tu. Mama yenalge amuwe di asata. Ana mwendi. Manu nguni la yanalale. So mimi hidrogi ngu. Daile wini she tagamuke. Lakini kanyo bete tu ga raya. Kutu kimoni bomba. Kama jiki tia warekta kora turungi olenji. Kechere ni kwa tichi kata ngore ahuleni ni commission akpo. Mwami so mbele kera Kira keseni kipindi kwa kwa anakiso mami sokuno inoibu rabini kati anawe commission ajwachi ongele ni bawole kasana na kuongo megi no mfiji ngete kipindi tole o man ngene na no de batai ite tugi bon mfiji to kwani senete la kwana amunge kwa jitane mana ke mananye darasa Ona kuni mige tamali ni wako tele ngumini ni Oma gele kisa shini tamali nyege le baliana Kira ge chill Kira tela kwetange na ngas Nangana kwa jito Oguzile kitu mkumua anine Ola kwenyo Anawala wena kakejo mitemi Tiye wano kwa gitabatai Kuma giyani kuhuno Ingwa chenji panera chenji inu Ogo nenge la match Asipa choko serete inu na kule jije soge Chitab
kolenjin choton kaloikab emet kaimuch kaitunen ketesiet nebo Kass TV nekasomanun kwane Shadrack Mutai.